Hello friends, greetings for the day and welcome to my channel. This video we will be discussing the 7 QC tools. These tools are very effective and popular problem solving tools, but at the same time are very easy to use and understand. Quality control, or commonly known as a QC tools, are a set of SQC techniques to analyze improved processes. These tools started gaining popularity in Japan in mid 20th century. Pioneers of these tools are Dr. Shewhart, known as the father of SQC, and Dr. Deming, known as a quality guru. Dr. Deming was instrumental in popularizing these tools post World War II when Japan was creating economic miracles. There are many advantages of these tools. As we have seen, these tools are improving quality by reducing defects and thus streamlining processes, reducing waste, or to put in a simple words, increasing efficiency. As quality and efficiencies are improved, obviously waste and defects are reduced and process streamlined, obviously cost is reduced. Most beautiful feature of this tool is data-driven decisions. Means decisions are based on data. Needless to highlight, all these improvements leads to enhanced customer satisfaction. It's not that there are no disadvantages. Organizations requires to impart initial training to team members which has a certain cost. Certain tools, for example control charts, demands time to set and maintain. Last but not least, most common and dangerous virus is resistance to change. We are always very happy with what we are doing since so long, but we forget that change is the only thing which doesn't change. Typically, QC tools can be used anywhere, everywhere for quality, consistency, and process improvement. These tools are very commonly used for defect prevention, continuous improvement, and supplier quality management. Effective use of this tool helps manufacturing industries to reduce cost, improve customer satisfaction, and to have cutting edge on competitors. These tools are very popular and very frequently used in manufacturing industries, particularly in all automobile and auto parts industries. These 7 QC tools are check sheets, histogram, Pareto analysis, cause and effect or fishbone diagram, flow chart, scatter diagram, and control charts. So friends, let's dive deep to understand more about these tools. Please do not hesitate to write query or questions in comment section, and I will try sincerely to answer or provide explanation. So let's start with the first QC tool. So let us see the first QC tool, that is check sheet. This tool is not a very hi-fi tool. Many of us will be using it, but what missing will be a structure way. It's very simple but yet very powerful tool. As we have seen, these QC tools are data driven, and hence first we need to collect and analyze data. Check sheet is a structured form used to collect the data. Three types of check sheets are: one is simple check sheet, second is attribute check sheet, and third is defect check sheet. These check sheets are very effective to indicate trends, patterns, and frequency of defect or concern in question. Advantages of check sheets. Check sheets are very simple, easy to understand and use, and practically requires no training. These are focused on data collection in interest areas. Data collected with this structured approach provides quantitative information for unbiased decision making. It also identifies areas for improvement and supports tracking progress. Remember Dr. Deming's quote, "Without data, you are just another person with an opinion." Disadvantages of check sheets are: check sheet does require time, particularly for large-scale data collection. It's always prone to data entry error, though check sheets indicate trends but may not provide in-depth inputs. Typical example of using check sheet in manufacturing is shown on the screen. By collecting data of a defect type, location of defect, date and time of defect, plant can find out most frequent defect, their types, their locations. This will enable plant to decide and initiate corrective action for eliminating the defect in question. Friends, let us see the second QC tool, which is called as a histogram. Histogram is a graphical representation of data distribution. With this, one can see the frequency distribution. Shape of distribution provides vital information about type of distribution such as normal, skewed, either positive or negative, uniform or bimodal. Normal is a bell-shaped most desired distribution around the mean. Skewed distribution either extending towards right, that is positive, or extending towards left, that is negative. All values having almost same frequency indicates uniform distribution. If distribution has two peaks, it denotes bimodal distribution. Advantage of histogram is to provide a clear visual understanding of data distribution. It further helps in understanding the trends and patterns. But most important advantage is it helps to assess process capability. Even if it repeats, it enables one to arrive at data-driven decision, which is the main purpose of collecting data. Refer beautiful quote from our quality guru Dr. Deming. Histogram has very few disadvantages. Histogram shape depends on bin or bandwidth. It does not provide the fine details if the data set is small. In a complicated distribution shape, interpretation of analyzer could be subjective. From the example given on the screen, plant can identify central tendency of the data, spread of data, whether distribution is skewed or bimodal, indicating problems in the manufacturing. This will help while brainstorming for corrective, preventive, and or predictive action. Friends, next QC tool is called as Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis is based on an interesting 80-20 rule. But what is 80-20 rule? 80-20 rule means 80% effects come from only 20% of causes. Therefore, if we are able to correct or eliminate these 20% causes, it will result in 80% improvement in quality. Pareto chart ranks categories by frequency of occurrences. Simple Pareto chart, which is the most basic type, shows frequency of different categories. Cumulative Pareto is by adding a line to bar chart to show the cumulative percentage of each category. In weighted Pareto, bars are weighted by a specific factor such as cost or severity. Pareto helps to focus on vital few and to provide priority based on impact. It provides visual communication and helps for data-driven decision making. This tool is very useful for continuous improvement as 20% causes keeps changing after each improvement. Main drawback of Pareto is it may require considerable time to collect and analyze data. If categorization of data is subjective, it may not yield desired results. As can be seen from example, Pareto will help to identify vital few, prioritize corrective actions, and also to track improvements.
Friends, cause and effect diagram is also known as fishbone diagram. This diagram helps to brainstorm to organize potential causes. This diagram looks like a fishbone and hence the name. Categories used to organize causes can vary, but most commonly used categories are man, machine, material, method, measurement, and environment. Main categories can be further divided into subcategories just like branches of a tree. Cause and effect diagram provides visual representation of possible causes and very useful for team brainstorming and important for teamwork. This tool helps to identify root cause and thereby systematically focuses on problem solving. As seen earlier and applicable in other tools also, subjectivity in categorization of causes will affect the result. If team focuses on only few major categories, it may oversimplify the problem and will fail to get the desired result. For example, to identify the root causes for frequent breakdowns, the main category of man may be subdivided into operator error, lack of training, and fatigue. Similarly, machine category can be subdivided into wear and tear of machine, design flaw in the machines, and poor maintenance. Similar approach can be applied to other categories also. Next QC tool is flowchart. Flowchart is a visual representation of a process or workflow. Sometimes it may use standard symbols to explain the sequence of steps in a process. Flowcharts are classified based on their details and purposes. Simple process flowchart shows the flow of a process with major steps and decision points. Details flowchart explains the specific steps and decision points in a process. Streamline flowchart is used to understand the role and responsibilities of team members in a process. Flowchart provides a clear visual model of a process. It is useful to identify or document the bottlenecks, inefficiencies, probable problems, and improvement areas in a process. This tool is also useful for communicating complex processes to others in the team or organization. Usual bottlenecks such as time-consuming, oversimplifying complex processes leading to misunderstanding are applicable to this tool also. Further, lacking of details may present process as a complex and difficult to understand. Flowchart is very easy to understand. Just to write the sequence of operation or steps by just following the flow of a process. Though it looks simple, but capturing the right and desired or required details at each step is crucial, and if not done thoroughly, will defeat the spirit of a process flowchart.
Next QC tool is called as scatter diagram. It's a graphical tool to visualize the relationship between two numerical variables and known as a scatter diagram. Patterns in the scatter diagram reveals different relationships. Positive correlation is when both variable increases. Negative correlation means one variable increases while other decreases. When no relationship between two variables is the third pattern, that is called as no correlation. Scatter diagrams provide a clear visual model of the relationship between two variables with strength and direction of relationship. It helps to identify trends and unusual data points. It also used to test hypotheses about the relationship between two variables. Disadvantage is that it's restricted to two variables only. It's obvious that accuracy of these diagrams depends on data quality. In case data set is small or noisy, one is prone to overinterpret the results. As explained in the example on the screen, after creating the scatter diagram, plant can identify type of correlation such as positive or negative and can initiate corrective action or can fine-tune the process parameters. Quote from Dr. Deming is eye-opener. Improve quality, you automatically improve productivity. Interestingly, this also reduces the cost. Seventh or last QC tool is control chart. It's a SQC tool to monitor the process over time to understand behavior of a process. It helps to differentiate between common cause or random variation and special cause or assignable cause variation. There are two basic types of control charts. Variable chart are X bar, average of X or R chart, range variation. Attributes charts, which are P charts, or proportion of defectives in sample lot, or C chart, number of defects per unit. Control charts continuously monitor a process and detects problems early to enable to initiate timely corrective actions. It also helps to maintain process stability and for decision making for continuous improvement. A word of caution, it requires accurate and reliable data collection and basic understanding of SQC concepts. It requires time
to set up and maintain, and also may not capture all aspects of process performance. Give an example, it is evident that control charts helps to identify the trends and it can detect shifts in the process, and plant can initiate corrective actions in time to bring process back under control. By now, we have seen how these quality tools can be used for quality improvement and or problem solving. A typical process flow for problem solving is explained. To follow a structured process for problem solving ensures the good results instead going by a hunch. Friends, thanks a lot for watching this video and sparing your time. Please like the video, share the video with your friends, and if not subscribed yet, please subscribe. This kind gesture will motivate me. Thanks again, friends, and allow me to take leave. See you soon.
Thank you.